That one burn.
But we'll have to think about taking vacation time and hitting a bunch of the tours.
I think I got 35 minutes of vacation.
35.
You can get in the truck, start it, go down the street, and come back.
Yeah, tell them you'll do a delivery. But that would be really fun to do the Texas Whiskey Trail, which just opened. So
That would be cool.
I had this nightmare last night. It's a really bad nightmare. It woke me up, almost crying. I was almost in tears.
The whole that I came up and
No,
drank your whole bar.
this coworker that I have, who sometimes I can tolerate and sometimes I can't. More than often I can't. Somehow had broke the big barrel, and there was hardly anything in it, and they thought it was no big deal. And I just really wanted, the big barrel, the 5-gallon barrel, and they just didn't understand why I was so upset. And I
like,
literally
hey.
woke up from that dream,
Crying.
almost in tears.
Run out here and look at it.
Hug it. Oh, my little barrel.
That it was
My precious.
that the barrel was at work, and they just like wanted to make room and pushed it off, and it broke, and they're like, put it up, and I was like, kill you. Cheers.
Well, I wasn't ready.
That's why I said cheers.
My nose is so chapped from allergies.
Is it chapped from allergies or too much drinking that you got the Irish red nose?
It's all the cocaine.
That was probably really the cocaine. How come I hear music?
Cut this. Let's get this. Edit this. It's time for me to wake up.
That's
4
your wake-up
o'clock.
alarm? No wonder you can never get up.
It's like a lullaby.
Time for me.
Right?
No, it gets louder and louder and louder, and it's like you're sleeping and you're like, what the hell is that? All right, I just woke up, everybody. Welcome, welcome.
See, I told you wouldn't wake up till 4.
How are you today?
I'm good.
So we're back with another Texas creation, the Crowded Barrel Eleanor, which isn't available in stores.
And you went down there and got this personally.
I went
in
down there and
Austin, Texas.
just outside of Austin, went and bought it personally. Had a nice chat with them. It was a lot of fun.
And this comes from a new distillery that the two fellows got a YouTube channel. That
Yeah, they have a YouTube channel that probably, if you're watching this channel, you probably know about them, the Whiskey Tribe. But this is a really good whiskey. I like it. I don't want to share it. Let's put it up. Put it up.
I already got some in my glass.
So this is the Eleanor. It's the 7. It's actually the 7.2. It's one of their latest ones. I think they got the 8 out now. What they do is they actually source their alcohol. They're actually distilling, and they got a whole new series coming out that's their own distilled. Not sure when it's going to be available. And they've also participated in blending a Texas blend with other Texas distillers. But what they initially did and how they got started is they sourced their whiskey. They bought a bunch of barrels, and they have been practicing over the last 5-6 years in aging it, finishing it in different style barrels. So some sherry barrels or some, I don't know what kind, just wine barrels. They went to a local winery and picked up a barrel recently. When I say recently, that could have been like a year ago or 2. But they just are playing around with different finishes to get the flavor that they really want. So when their own is ready to be aging, and they, I think that they probably just passed the 5 or 6 year mark. So they should probably be distributing their own stuff soon. And for some reason, I'm not, don't quote me on this, don't put hate down there, but I think it's called the Alliance series.
So when you source whiskey, is it already aged?
I think you can get it anyway. I think you can get it, you know, it's
Because
never been in a barrel.
if you're a new distillery,
Distiller?
you wouldn't source unaged whiskey because you're making your own unaged whiskey. So
I don't know.
it has to have.
I mean, there's so many things you could do with sourced whiskey. You could put it in a barrel for a day and call it aged, and just flavor it with the artificial flavor, or not flavor, but coloring. You could color it. You could not age it all and put it out as a kind of a white lightning.
But then why would you source your?
They're not sourcing; they're buying sourced. All right. So what are you saying about sourced?
No, when you start a new distillery, most new distilleries source their stuff because they haven't aged their stuff.
Right.
So it's like, if they sourced this and they aged it, why didn't they just age their own?
Because I think that they were still trying to figure out their ingredients, their recipe. I don't know. Probably because this is what I think. Any craft, not these guys, but any craft people, is a group of guys, gals,
Decide
whatever.
they want to
get into the craft business. So they start toying around with making their own whiskey. But it takes a long time to get that whiskey to the market.
Yeah.
3, 4 years, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever. And so what happens is, in the meantime, there's no revenue. So what they do is they source their whiskey, and it probably comes pre-aged or whatever they want. It's probably like a menu you can choose.
Yeah.
And you source your whiskey, you bottle it as your own, and you sell it that way so that you can have income while your stuff is out there aging. And then once your stuff starts hitting the marketable time frame, then you can stop sourcing. I am guessing.
Because my thing is, it's like, I'm thinking sourcing is because you just distilled stuff and you got it in the barrel. You can't sell it yet because you're aging it. So you source aged whiskey.
But they're probably not. They're probably, if they age it, they're probably just aging it for a few months or something in their own barrel with their own finish, a used barrel, just to give it a flavor. Kind of like us. We don't distill.
No,
we just buy something, we put it in a barrel to give it our own unique char flavor.
We source our own and put our heads.
Yeah, basically. Because we don't have a license to make.
We source
so
it
we
at
can't
the
do
liquor
stuff.
store.
Yeah, we're just speed aging or something.
Alright.
So this is the Eleanor 7.2 whiskey. It's from Crowded Barrel. It's 112 proof. So expect that bite. It's aged 46 months, and it comes in at a whopping $50 for the 750. So that is a 1 barrel price. So let us look at Aroma.
It smells really good.
It does. It smells really good. It's been here without any cover on it for a while because you've been yapping, but it still got that nice smell.
It's got a nice caramely, kind of like
a
sweet,
dark toffee caramely smell to it. A little bit of, I think, almonds.
I'd almost say like mapley, but not like.
Not a sweet maple.
Not like sorlays.
A little dark fruity. So I'm going to give this a 4 on the Aroma.
I'll do that too.
I could actually go a little higher, but I'm going to say 4.
I'm gonna go with a 4.
I go with the 3.
Cable, go.
All right, Cody goes with the 3. Flavor. It's 112 proof. It's got some spice and some heat to it. You can definitely taste that caramely toffee flavor, the char.
Yeah.
Now, because it's Texas, especially Central Texas and Austin, the heat is really hot. That Texas whiskeys tend to be a little bit more charry, a little bit more darker in color. This is a really dark colored whiskey.
A more peppery and...
A little more peppery and spicy because of that Texas heat. And therefore it doesn't have to age as long. I'm going to put the flavor at 4, but I'm going to put the bite at 3 because it's got some heat to it.
Yeah, and it tastes really good. I'm going to go with a 4 and a 3 because I think you'd want to enjoy this on ice, I think.
No.
I'll probably do the same as well.
4 or 3. Okay, I wouldn't put it on ice. I would add a cube, a stone. I don't want to water it down. If I water it down at all just to get rid of that heat would be a single 1 or 2 drops of water. But I would not put this on ice and dilute it.
Because it's really good and flavorful, but because of the alcohol content, it gets your tongue going like...
Now, our ratings have added up to a 3. And it's only a 3 because of the cost. So it got a 1 barrel. I'm in favor of giving it a bonus up to a 4.
I think you're biased.
I am biased. I like these guys.
And I am too. So I'll give it the bonus barrel.
Okay, so that's 2 out of 3.
But I'm just saying I'm biased.
It's a 3 now. We're boosting it up to a 4. And that is because of the cost. If the cost wasn't $50, it would be a 4 barrel.
And I really can't see them coming out with a cheap whiskey. They're like whiskey aficionados, so they're not gonna like. You're not gonna do a $10 bottle of whiskey. I'm not surprised at the price.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, I'm not surprised at the price.
I don't know that they wouldn't come out with a cheaper. I don't know that anybody wants to come out with a $10 bottle. I don't know that they'd come out with a cheaper bottle because I think that they are all about having really good whiskey that is affordable. And so if they can create a really good whiskey and afford to distribute it, or not distribute it, but have it out there for $20-25, they would do it.
Well, okay, I should clarify right out of the gate, I don't expect it to be like a...
I don't expect it because it's craft, and for some reason, we've talked about this many times, there's that $50 craft whiskey requirement type of deal. Doesn't make sense. Every once in a while you'll find one that's not that way, but between the high 30s and $50 is just what they do. So make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Check out the Twitter and merch store and Instagram. We post a picture a day on Instagram or more. And remember, there's no bad whiskey. There's only good whiskey and great whiskey. And I actually think this is pretty great whiskey.
It's pretty good.
Cheers.
Laters.